Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the Random Grid Replica Championship on Project Cars 2. We are at round 3 now in the Formula Renault. We're at Hockenheim for the first two races. It's foggy for this first one, as you can see, because we can hardly see the cars on the grid. So let's get down to business then. Grally is on the front row with Stacker. So Grally and Stacker on the front row as we get ready for the off. And we are away as we go down towards the first corner. Grally's in the lead from Stacker. Grally takes the lead into the first corner then. Everyone else streaming through as we try and get the cameras to work. Obviously Project Cars 2 cameras aren't as good. A few people going wide. Bidzster's going backwards here as we look down to the next corner. A few people side by side in the middle. Cyrex having a go at Stacker. Then there's everyone else. Bidzster's going backwards here with Andrea going up the inside. And then we go through this corner here onto the back straight. Growley, Stacker, Cyrex, and then we've got a car off there. Is that TY? Someone's gone off on the straight. TY goes backwards. He's there somewhere. There he is. He's gone really far back as we go down to the hairpin. And Spapper looking round. Bidzster looking at the inside of a few cars here. Footman and Blakeney, and it's Andrea and Bidzster make contact on the inside. All really close here. As we go into the next few corners, we can hardly see a thing as we go through here. So on track level, it's much easier to see. As we go into the next corner, there's Stevie a bit further back. Looking at him now, there's Stevie, there he goes, round that corner there. His teammate Growly Bear, who's at the front as we go into the complex section. Oh, Andrea has lost the back end, he's gone round and there's another car off as well. What a hectic opening lap as cars go off in the background in avoidance. There's TY, he goes round in avoidance as well. There's Bidzster, Azadar in front of him as well, and another car off the track, that's Keith. Keith's off the track as well. Brilliant stuff as we go around the last few corners to start the second lap. Growly's got a good lead here from Stacker, who's got Spapper right behind him. So there's Stacker second place, Spapper behind him. And as we look further back down the field, we've got Blakeney. There he is, and Azadar and Bidzster. They're coming through a shot here and the cameras get back on track with us. There's a Cyrex now at the inside of a few other people, and there's contact, more people going round. Bang, bang, bang. Left, right, centre. You think it were a blooming boxing match with the way that they're going at it, but wow. So we'll just get some replays in that first lap action and that incident there. Okay, here's the replay on board with TY to see what happened to him on lap 1. So we're going into the second corner. Nicely around here, keep it up to the inside, just giving people space. There's Bradders on the left as we go on the curb. Now watch Bradders here, he comes across, bang, hits TY, and then TY has to brake on the grass, locks up, and then has to slow right down. And then everyone else goes past him, so TY back down to 13. Okay, here's the replay into the hairpin, turn 3 as we go down to the hairpin. Stevie hits Bidzster, and then Bidzster runs into Andrea, so it was Stevie that caused that initial contact, and then they all got going. Okay, here's the replay of some other action that happened on the first lap, so we're on board with Blakeney. Watch Bradders, he'll just go straight off the track here, straight off the track, and if you look here as well, Andrea just goes too wide on board with Bidzster, and then loses control as well. Okay, here's the replay on board with Cyrex then, so we're looking down towards the next corner. You can see it's just past Footman, then into the next corner, watch the left hand side of the screen. Footman comes across, bang, hits the back of Spapper and then ends up spinning himself round behind Cyrex. So as we come back down the straight, we've got Footman attacking Stevie here. Down the end of the straight, Footman up the inside of Stevie into the hairpin. Up the inside we go, Stevie goes wide, and then Blakeney's closing up, Bidzster's closing up as well behind as well. There's Andrea further back. Neil's with Azadar, he's got quite a good battle on his hands here. So Azadar Blades, it's TY side by side with Neil further back. Neil looking at the inside, TY gets ahead into the next corner. Good stuff there as we look at Cyrex now in the head of this pack. So Stacker from Spapper, second, third, and then we've got Cyrex. Bidzster's closing up on this pack as well. Stevie is the man ahead of him. As Cyrex goes off onto the grass, oh, that's going to not be good. Grass on the tyres, Stevie up behind him. Oh, did he give him a little nudge there? I'm not sure if he did, but side by side through that corner, Cyrex keeps ahead. Brilliant racing here into the complex section. Bidzster closes right up onto the back of Stevie there. There he is in the orange car. Bidzster closes right up onto the back of Stevie as we go down towards the first corner. Spapper's got second place from Stacker. Stacker goes back down to third place. He's done well to hold on for this long. Good job here by them as Bidzster goes wide there. Here's Neil Farmack in the middle of Azadar and TY. When the cameras get to him, there they go. As TY looks to the inside of Neil Farmack, but thinks twice about it in the Formula Renault. This Formula Renault does have DRS, but unfortunately the graphic shows it the wrong way around. It actually shows it open on the corners and closed on the straight, when it's actually the other way around. So should be the other way around, so weird. But Cyrex now at the inside of Stacker, so Stacker actually going backwards here. Stacker's made a mistake somewhere. Stacker going backwards now, and he's got Stevie and Bidzster all over the back of him. As you see Blakeney go wide into the hairpin further back. As you look down into this corner end, Stevie Stevie and Bidzster make a mistake at the same time, bang! Hit each other! Oh wow, they both go round. Then Blakeney's coming on track there. That were amazing, that. We'll get a replay on that. Okay, here's the replay. What happened to Bidzster and Stevie on board with Stevie, so watch. We've both got the DRS open coming through this corner. Then they both slide, then both lose it, and then we hit Stevie. Stevie goes round, we go round as well, then we rejoin. Okay, here's the replay. Something that happens further back that we didn't see. So we go into the chicane, we go into the hairpins. He Neil goes to the side, and Azar just goes BAM! Whacks him straight off the track. I do not know what that was at all, but if that was intentional, that is not on at all. As we come back from that incident between Bidzster and Stevie, where they both did the same mistake and well, both hit each other, and they're continuing back going now. But we're back from that as Arzadar and TY having a close battle here. As the cameras, and I do apologise for the cameras going a bit funny, as Blakeney now into 8th place and Arzadar back down to 9th. TY getting, Andrea getting a bit flustered there, attacking him. As Blakeney's off onto the grass, probably too much power out the corner, and Blakeney's gone off into the grass, and as Andrea hits TY from behind and then goes through, I think there was contact there. So again, another replay. Okay, here's the replay, smash number with Andrea. So Arzadar goes wide, TY reacts, then we go right behind Arzadar, slow down. There's TY on the right hand side into the next few corners. TY goes ahead, and then we go down towards this hairpin here. Watch this hairpin here, onto the brakes, into the corner, then Arzadar loses the back to TY reacts, and then we've got nowhere to go, so fair enough. Then into the next corner, Blakeney's gone off there, so we all go past Blakeney. Then watch Andrea here. Bang! Hits the back of TY, pushes him wide. TY's on the curb and he can't do anything, and Andrea goes straight through, so that was a definite push to pass. Meanwhile at the front, Growly Bear is in the lead. And oh no, he's not! He's not in the lead, he's gone round, bang, into the wall. Spapper takes the lead and Growly's doing donuts. Oh, well, such a shame after having a really good start. Oh, can't catch a break, this man. As Footman and Cyrex go through, Growly's getting back up to speed. There goes Stacker and Bidzster. Bidzster and Stacker go through. So Bidzster versus Stacker now. Stevie's passing the X-spinning Growly as Bidzster goes for the inside on Stacker now. Into the inside, into the hairpin. Gets the move done and accelerates away. Stevie now attacking Stacker as well. So a good little battle here between the three. As we go up towards the stadium, the Mercedes grandstand, into the braking point, and Stacker's lost the back end again. He's lost it again, unfortunately. Goes round. It just shows you one mistake and leads to a couple more. As Arzadar Blade and Andrea close together. So Andrea NGS 18, as Andrea we call him, up the inside of Arzadar Blade and into 8th position. As TY goes back down to 10th. Then we've got Neil Farmack in 11th. Then we've got Blakeney off in the background in 12th place, not doing very well. Keith is somewhere in there, he's on the left hand side of the screen. Then Bradder's all the way back here, so Bradder's not having a good race in this one at all. As we look back to Arzadar Blade, trying to keep with the others, as we've got Stacker and Growly quite close together, 3/10 apart. Unlucky for Growly Bear being in the lead and then losing it. So unlucky, but Spapper inherits the lead as Growly goes wide and Stacker goes back up the inside to take that position. So Growly losing yet another spot. So just shows you one mistake and you can go complete and utterly backwards. He's gone down to literally in the mid pack now. So unlucky for him there. As Bidzster in front of Stevie there in 4th place. He's trying to concentrate on catching Cyrex and Footman, who are just up ahead. If you look at there, Cyrex and Footman's just a little bit ahead of him. You might see him, there he is, just in the bottom of the shot. As we go out of that corner, Cyrex and Footman there. And then Bidzster sliding the car sideways in 4th place, pushing on hard. Meanwhile, up front, Spapper's got a nice 3-second cushion to Footman in 2nd place. So this will be a good result for Spapper. So he needs some good results to help with his points tally. Obviously he's new to LPB racing and he's done very well so far. He's already had one win this season, he won at Silverstone, but it'd be nice to see him with another one yet to add to his tally. As we look back at Stacker, he's a bit further off Growly Bear now, so he's closed off them. As we've got a little battle behind, we've got Andrea who's just gone round Growly, so Andrea on the move here, definitely with the good pace, but obviously the grid position not helping, and just needs to clean his act up through the pack a bit. But apart from that, he's not doing too bad. His actual race pace is very good. He just needs to concentrate on getting used to being around other cars and battling with other cars. Obviously he's passed the etiquette test, or he can't race as he goes off. Oh no! Well, it makes a mistake, rejoins the track, loses 2 positions. But yeah, as I was saying about Andrea, he's still up and coming in LPB racing, and he's got the pace. He just needs to clean up the act a bit, and just try and be a bit more consistent and patient in a pack. But hopefully good things from him in the future. As Growly Bear comes down in 7th place, and Stacker's in 6th now. So Stacker there is coming into the hairpin. Good job from Stacker here. As Spapper now has lost half a second to Footman, so he must have made a little mistake somewhere, or Footman's actually just decided to get his foot down. So Footman on the move here. Cyrex back down in 3rd. Bidzster's in 4th. He's not hanging about either. He's trying to catch up to Cyrex as he goes over the curb there on the inside. Then we've got Growly Bear being caught by TY. So Growly and TY, another little battle that's developing here as we go into the stadium. So lap 6 out of 10 of that. Obviously the leader of Spapper on lap 7. Into the stadium. Growly Bear very late on the brakes there in a very wide line. TY closes right up to him, but not close enough to start making a move as we go into the last couple of corners. As Growly Bear goes wide over the curb, he's got to be careful with the stability of the car. Get the car straight, open the DRS, or close the DRS as it is on this car, because it shows the wrong graphic. As we go down to the first corner, nicely into the first corner, a bit wide for Growly Bear, but luckily just about gets away with it. Not too bad, could have been a lot worse that. As we go down to the next corner, he's got Andrea closing back up to him again. So Andrea's got the pace, he's just not being consistent very much. As we go down the back straight now, we've got Bradders ahead of Keith, so Keith's gone backwards in this. Keith not a fan of the open wheel cars at all, and Azadar Blade has retired to the pits for some reason, so we'll get a replay on what happened to him. Okay, here's a replay on Bobby Neal for something that happened earlier. So we're going down here. Azadar Blade's slowing to let him go through, but what, he's just stopping on the racing line, and Neal cannot do anything to avoid him there. So quite silly driving there by Azadar Blade, slowing down and stopping right on the racing line. That is dangerous driving, and will probably incur in quite a harsh penalty. As we go back to Stacker, who's got Growly Bear and TY closing up on him, and they've got Andrea closing up into that battle as well. So Andrea MGS closes up. Andrea MGS, it's hard to say, so we'll just stick to Andrea. Stacker pulling away from this group a little bit. Oh, as Growly's gone off! Growly's gone off, TY's gone off as well, so something's happened there. So we'll get a replay. Okay, here's a replay what happened to Growly and TY on lap 7. So as we come around here, they both keep DRS open, they both turn too hard at the same time, and they both actually do the same mistake at the same time. And luckily TY goes onto the grass to try and recover, to make sure he's not in anyone's way. As you can see, both cars making the same mistake, and there's Growly still trying to wait to recover. So we come back from that, they're all off there. There's Bradders and Keith, they're side by side down towards the hairpin as well, so a nice little battle back here. Into the hairpin, Bradders on the inside, but whoa, he brakes way too late, decides to extend the track by about half a mile, and then comes back on behind Keith. So close little battle back there as well, that's one to watch later on also. As Bidzster now, he's catching up to Cyrex, so Bidzster getting his foot down, trying to catch up to Cyrex. As Spapper now 5 seconds ahead of Footman and Cyrex. As you can see there, he comes through the fog into the hairpin, and there comes the other two out the fog, followed by Bidzster as well. So Footman, Cyrex and Bidzster closing up to each other here. So Footman out of the hairpin, Cyrex too, Bidzster trying to follow. There's Stevie, 5th place, solid 5th for him. And here's Andrea at the head of that pack. He's past Stacker, and then Neil Farmack's moved up as well, because TY and Growly had that instant earlier. So there's Growly back there as well. So all a little bit more spread out now, but again, doesn't mean that things can't close up. So we'll focus on this Footman and Cyrex battle for now, just for a little bit, and we'll have a look at some other stuff later on as we go into the stadium section. There goes Footman, followed by Cyrex, who looking pretty strong this season on and off races. He's had some races where he's been pretty good, some races where he's not. Bidzster's been quite consistent throughout, and so is TY to a point, but TY's a bit further down in this one, so that's not going to help his championship charge as well. So we'll have to see how things go in this one as they come across the line. Cyrex comes across the line trying to catch Footman, but again Bidzster trying to close in on Cyrex. We'll have to see how things go as Andrea ahead of Stacker and co. Stacker with Neil closing up behind him as well, so all very close back there as well. Into the last couple of corners. Stacker being caught by Neil very, very slowly, but still catching him. As you go across the line out of the fog. Again, conditions not as good because you can't see your braking points as far in front, but it's not that thick that we can stop the race or anything. Still quite decent visibility as we go down to the next corner. It's a lot worse on camera than it is on track. He's on track as Neil, bang, smashes into the back of Stacker, but oh, he's gone round. Stacker's gone round, unfortunately, but then Neil is stopping to wait for him, so it's not really changed the position as much. TY's closed up a bit, but still. Oh no, then Stacker comes on and then hits Neil off. Don't know what the hell happened there, but that was definite contact for something, so we'll get a replay on that. Okay, here's a replay what happened between Neil and Stacker. You see there, Neil hits the back of Stacker too late on the brakes, and then Stacker goes off. So then we decide to gentlemanly wait for him, as Neil Farmack usually does, very gentlemanly-like. Decides to wait for Stacker, then watch this, as they come back and get going. Stacker comes across the takes line and bang! Takes Neil straight off the track, bang into the wall. So yeah, not good there from both drivers, so they'll both be receiving penalties for that. So as we come back from Neil getting absolutely sideswiped off the track by Stacker, massive collision there. We'll let Neil rejoin as you're watching for the car, sensible stuff. As Footman now's ahead of Cyrex. Oh, sorry, Footman was always ahead of Cyrex. Calm down, look. I thought there was a swap for position there, but yeah, Footman's still ahead of Cyrex, but the gap a lot closer than it was before. Spapper then onto his last lap of the race. There he is at the first corner. There goes Spapper through. There's Footman and Cyrex. And Bidzster's right on the back of these boys now, but I don't think it's going to be close enough unless there's a big mistake from these lotters. Cyrex and Bidzster both run wide off the first corner, making a little mistake between them. They both lose time to Footman there. Into the next corner, Cyrex goes in very, very deep. And Bidzster gets on the power a bit early, but can't do anything about it, as he falls back a bit after a little mistake there. Further back, TY is ahead of Stacker, obviously, from the incident that they had earlier. Neil's fallen right back as well. So we'll keep his eyes on this second place battle here. Footman from Cyrex into the hairpin and then out of it. Bidzster still trying to keep in touch, but I don't think there's going to be enough laps left for Bidzster to get close to these guys properly. But Spapper has been obviously inherited the lead after Growly Bear made a mistake. Growly's still back in 9th place. He's not done too bad, but he has gone backwards a bit. I think Cyrex has passed Footman. Cyrex has passed Footman. So we'll get a replay on that. As we come back from that, Cyrex into second place, then Footman back down to third. Bidzster closing up behind as well, so the battle for second place not done yet. As we go into the hairpin for the last time, up towards the last few corners. Meanwhile, here's Spapper. He's about to take his second victory of the year. Brilliant win for Spapper, the Italian. Brilliant job. Bravissimo for him. Well done. Brilliant job. Molto grande. And then we got Cyrex in second place. Footman finishes third. Bidzster in fourth. He'll be okay with that after starting from near the back. Stevie in fifth. Andrea is going to come across the line in sixth position. Sixth position for Andrea. TY is going to come across the line in seventh because he's got a bit of a gap to front and back. Stacker is going to be in 8th position there. Not a bad race from Stacker, good showing from him. You know, he's gone backwards a little bit, but he's not gone backwards that much. He's been very consistent in this race. 8th place for Stacker, 7th for TY, 8th for Stacker. Growly Bear is going to come across the line in 9th position there as they come out the last few corners. Blakeney is going to be in 10th place, so it's going to be Growly 9th. There he goes, Blakeney in 10th position. Oh, very close to hitting the pit wall there on the last corner, so almost threw it away, but Blakeney in 10th. Neil Farmack is going to come across the line in 11th position. So 11th position for Neil Farmack there. And then Keith is going to come across the line in 12th, and Bradders will be in 13th position. There he is. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that one then. So Spapper takes the win in that one. Well done to Spapper. Cyrex finishes in 2nd place, followed by Footman in 3rd. Bidzster gets 4th place, followed by Stevie in 5th. 6th place is Andrea, and 7th place is T-Wise. We go over the page. And then 8th place is now Growley instead of Stacker. Stacker goes down to 9th with a 10-second penalty. Then it's Blakeney in 10th. And then Neil Farmack in 11th. Keith finishes in 12th position. Bradders gets 13th, and Arzadar Blade retired from the race. So as we come back from that then, Keith 12th, Bradders 13th. So as we come back from that, there is your winner, Spapper in the red car there. As you see, there he is. There's Spapper. He wins that race. Fantastic win for him. And we'll see you guys for race 2. Take care, guys.